Hi, I'm Joe with Gramophone, and we're here today with Tim Stevens from NewTek. Tim, how are you?
Good to see you, Joe.
Always great to see you.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk today about a really interesting product that kind of came about as a response to how people were starting to use their cell phone technology and their TV technology at the same time. It's a product from AVPro, and it's really a multi-viewer, so it's a 4K scaler that does a lot more than that. So maybe, Tim, if it's okay with you, let's take a step back and talk about why did AVPro design this product in the first place?
Sure, we're really in an interesting time where content is so prevalent.
Yes.
And because of that, we're consuming it sometimes simultaneously. So it's not uncommon for us in our living rooms now to be watching our iPhone while having an earpiece in, while the TV's on, while communicating in memes with my wife on the other side of the couch. This is what's happening. So because of this just massive amount of content, we want to watch it simultaneously now. And what AVPro has done is taken that need and that movement and allowed us to take all those sources simultaneously and put them onto one screen. Simultaneously, what's happening, and it's really helping us out, is big TVs, big panels are affordable now. You can get a 100-inch or 98-inch panel from a company like Sony now in the $5,000 to $6,000 range. And instead of buying 4 55-inch TVs and a bunch of mounts and trying to balance the color and still having crosshairs when you try to go to full screen, you can now get a great one-screen experience or a great 4-screen experience.
And that one-screen experience, by the way, looks phenomenal for the price that you're paying now. And I mean, we sell a lot of Sony TV product, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
this used to be, when it came out, we were like, well, this is the sportsman's, man cave, Sunday football dream. What's happening is this has become part of the living room. Mm-hmm. Maybe I have 2 shows on, a stock ticker or sports ticker along the bottom, and a screen that pops up when the doorbell rings. So this is really just a neat way to make sure that we're getting the best out of the content as we want to explore it. So the control is back in the customer's hands.
And because it's a scaler, you're both getting the best picture quality that you can and getting all this flexibility that you can also do.
Yeah, that's the magic here behind the device, is you have different sources, some streaming, maybe cable, maybe off air, maybe computer, maybe on the network, and an AVPro device takes them all in whatever language they're speaking video-wise and puts them onto one screen at a great resolution. So it really is, it's a bit of magic.
So now to show us a little bit about how the AVPro multi-viewer really works, we've got Jason from NewTek. Jason, how are you?
How's it going?
Good, always great to see you.
It's always awesome to see you guys. All right, so what we're gonna see here is, this is your typical, let's say, home theater setup. And the greatest thing about this is that you don't have to have this on a large screen like this. This is a 109-inch ultra-wide screen. You can have this multi-viewer on a 75-inch and larger screen. So 75, 85, 100-inch. When we were at CEDIA, we were greatly talking about the 100-inch TV with the multi-viewer. We tested out on my home theater, which has an 85-inch, and it looked absolutely amazing. As you can see here, we have the Roku right now, which is a really great device. We're going to start watching movies, but now what I want to do is I want to press that PIP button right there. I'm going to select that 2x2 wall, all right? And once you press that, we can see that our image just changed to show 4 sources on this TV or on this projection screen at the same time. We have the first Roku on the left-hand side. We have another Roku on the right-hand side. We've got a classic video game system on the bottom left, and we have my laptop on the bottom right. Another really nice thing about this is that we have the ability to control all these devices as well. So if I go into control, and I'm right now highlighted on that first Roku, I can use the gesture right here, and I can start moving around that Roku and start working it and looking at what I'm going to watch and choosing in full control. And you can also hear the audio on it too. Once I press Roku 2, I'm going to press menu for that. I'm going to wake up that Roku, and you can see I'm now controlling that device. But as you can hear, I don't hear the little clicks from the Roku, all right? So I'm going to go to my source button right here, and I'm going to press the audio button on the bottom, which looks like a sound bar, all right? And then I'm going to change that to test Roku 2. When I press that button right now, and I'm going to go back to my controls, you can now hear that audio from that Roku as well. So the great thing about this is that not only do we have our traditional 4x4 layout, but we can actually change it from a 1x3 layout. And these are all pre-configured sources that are built into this, or pre-configured arrangements that are built into this. We have 10 of them.
So let's just say real quickly, Jason, that maybe an example of this might be if you really want to concentrate on the nice bowl game, but you also want to keep track of other things at the same time, rather than it being a 4x4 with 25% of the screen filled, you can have a primary screen and then 3 secondary screens.
That's right.
underneath. Okay.
And think about this too, not only just the ball game, but there's many times where I'm waiting for a product to come in, shipment, right? And it's like, oh, I got to run upstairs and take a shower, So I might have the game on, or I might have something playing on the top screen, but I'll have my home camera on the bottom left. If somebody rings the doorbell, I'm gonna press this button right here, okay? If somebody rings the doorbell, I can have this program, so while I'm watching this one thing up here, I can have the doorbell pop up over here. So there's so many use cases for this, not just the sporting things that are out there. So it's really intuitive, extremely easy to use. One application can run the entire thing, can turn on your TV, control your sources, control the volume, all from one app. That's the most amazing part, is that it's so easy for everybody to use. Once we hand somebody this application for testing out, they're instantly using it, and there's nothing that has to be explained.
Because it's intuitive.
Extremely. And another thing that's great about this too is because this is a 4K scaler, if you have a different size of a screen, like a 21:9, you can scale that image automatically to be able to fit that entire screen. Very easy to do, and save those presets. So there's so many things that you can do with this. And on top of that, from a technical perspective, it's also an audio matrix as well. So you can have different audio sources plugged into this while watching different video sources at the same time too. The possibilities are really endless on this thing. That's the thing. There's so many things that this thing can do.
So it's an improvement in performance and an improvement in functionality and things that you can do with it.
Yeah, and it's, I'm not a sporting guy, as everybody knows. I want one of these things because I could just do multiple things, the multi-viewer at the same time.
There's one other way in which the AVPro Multi-Viewer makes a ton of sense. Jason, if you don't have access to that product and you want this capability of having a quad scene setup and you buy 4 TVs, what happens when one of them goes down?
Well, see, that's a bad thing. So if you have like 4 55-inch TVs and let's just say they're 2024 models, and then a couple of years down the road, one of those TVs fail, you're going to have not only a different looking type of image, because technology is always going to change, but even the cosmetics of the TV itself is going to change. So it's going to look very odd up there, and you're going to want to change out that entire wall. It's going to cost more than $2,000.
Oh yeah, so each of the TVs will probably be $2,500 or $3,000 if they're good ones.
Get the multi-viewer, you don't have to worry about that.
The multi-viewer, seen from that perspective, really offers a tremendous amount of value for $2,000.
Yeah. So this is the new AVPro Edge AC-MV-41, which is a 4x1 multi-viewer, and this is the application to run it. So currently right now we can see that our layout is only showing one device right here, which is our Roku, or we call our test Roku number 1. All right, and then here we can see that our picture-in-picture is off right now. So if I click on this icon right here, we have already 10 preloaded or pre-configured configurations that you can do for watching different things. So for example, if I press this 2x2 wall right here, it'll show us exactly what's going to be on the screen right now. So we'll see my laptop is here, the first Roku is there, the second Roku is there, we got also a Nintendo over here as well. And with that, we can change it to another type of layout where we could do like 1 on the left or 1 on the right and 3 on the left. And when you click on that, you see it all changes to that. Now, the other thing too is that you can actually move all these sources around as well. So if I go to sources and I say the laptop right here, I could say that's going to be a Roku 1 and the laptop moves over there. And I could say Nintendo is going to be, or that's going to be my laptop, and Nintendo's going to move up over here. So you can move things all over the place. And the other really cool thing is, if you see this bottom portion right here, it says laptop PC or it says audio. I always like to say that's a sound bar right there, no matter what you have it plugged into. And that's going to be able to change what you're listening to. So if I click on this, now that's green, I could say I'm going to listen to the Roku, okay, or I'm going to listen to the Nintendo, and it'll switch on there and tell us exactly what we're listening to, and also have a check mark on there as well. The really cool thing about this is that I can also control the volume of the system right here as well, and I can even control our devices. So if I click on this Roku right here, I am now controlling that Roku. I can use gesture, okay? I can use regular keypad, or I can use something that mimics what the Roku is. And if I want to control this one, I just click over here, and now I'm controlling that Roku. I can press guide, menu, and I can slide it back and go to gestures, which everybody loves. Extremely easy to use. All right, so this here is the multi-viewer itself. The model number is the AC-MV-41, and we do have a front button display on here, so we can actually do any kind of programming via the small little OLED screen that's right there. All right, and just by pressing enter and going into our configurations. But this can be completely programmed via the web, which is really how you're going to want to do it. You can see here we got our first Roku plugged into it, our second Roku plugged into it, and here's our little Nintendo guy plugged into it as well. And I also have my laptop plugged into it. So from here we can even set up the presets right there on the front display, just like we do with the application. But your customers aren't going to really want to touch these here buttons, but touching them is not going to hurt anything. You're just going to be moving around the displays that are being, processed onto the screen itself. But it's only one rack unit high, which is really small. It doesn't take up a lot of room inside your rack. And again, all of your sources get plugged into this guy right here. Then this guy gets plugged into your AVR or your preamp processor and right out to your TV, and you're able to watch 4 different things at the same time in any configuration you'd like.
Tell us what the AVPro Multi-Viewer sells for.
So this device retails for $19.99. So $2,000 for a 4K scaler, 4 source input that you can do whatever you want, and you can pre-configure them too. So if I press presets right here, all right, once I go to preset, I can actually create a preset here, name it, and then choose what sources that I want to have, and then create my own without having an integrator come out to the house.
Nice.
Yeah, really awesome.
So you can be in charge of what you want to watch on your TV.
That's right. You are in charge.
So Jason, thank you so much for taking the time for us.
Thank you
Really
as always.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed this little tour of the AVPro Multi-Viewer. And we also want to just say thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe. That helps us out a lot. And click that little bell icon so you're always notified of our upcoming content. We'd love to do a demonstration of this product for you, or any other product that's in the price range that you want to examine, because we really are a full service audio, video, lighting, outdoor systems, control systems, and even the Kitchen Design Center up in Hunt Valley. We have stores in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg, Maryland. If you can, come see us. We'd love to make your acquaintance and start showing you what might be the right product for you. Thanks for watching this video. We look forward to seeing you at the next one.